I'm Nural, welcome to my channel. Today I'm here with a bonus video and I'm going to be talking about bullet journaling. The first month of 2020 is almost over, and if you have scrolled across social media or YouTube, I'm sure in the past couple of months you ran into bullet journaling videos, pages, groups, etc. And for those of you who are not really familiar with bullet journaling, it is a set of note-taking symbols and methods that was created by Ryder Carroll, who is a graphic designer in New York. And he created this method by basically trial and error during his note-taking. And then it became very popular in 2013. And since then, it has increased its popularity. It is, as I said, a method of note-taking, and it is to make life simpler and easier by using a set of symbols called keys. But you can see from just a simple notebook with one pen all the way across watercolor paintings. So it is very customizable, and in this video I'm gonna show you how I customize it to my personal needs. As I said, in this video, I'm going to be talking about my personal bullet journaling style and the pages that I do and that work for me. But I hope in doing so, I can help you decide the structure that you want or see which pages that might be more helpful to you, because this is a very customizable note-taking style basically. And for this year, I actually chose a Leuchtturm notebook. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I decided to go with this coral color, and this is the first time I'm using this notebook, and I got it in the dotted style, and it has sort of thinnish pages. Before I move on to my yearly structure, I just want to go over the main pages that you're gonna need. And for this, you can work with any notebook, and just one single pen even would be enough. And I'm just focusing now to create a structure. And the first page that you need is an index. An index is basically the table of contents in your notebook, and which corresponds to which month is in which page. And if I can show this from my actual layout, so 27 is where my February layout starts, and it goes up to 31. And this Leuchtturm actually does have a table of contents, so here I can write February from page 27 to 31, and that would help me keep everything in order, and if I'm going back, it will make life easier. So the next page that you're going to be needing is your future log, or what corresponds to the upcoming months in your journal. And for this, you can do 1 page, 2 pages, 4 pages, and this basically has all the information that you already know beforehand. So if you have an appointment in September, you can dot it down beginning of January, or if you're gonna attend a concert in March, you can write it down. And for me, I have my appointments, the concerts, trip plans, and birthdays in this structure, and I write them down at the beginning of the year, and then every time a new thing comes up, I note it down. And then the next thing you need is your monthly setup. And for your monthly setup, you can just write down the dates and the tasks that you're gonna do, or I chose to do more like a calendar square style, which I'm gonna show you shortly. So it's totally up to you. Whichever feels easier is the way to go forward. And from there, you can have your weekly or daily structure. When I was using this in my professional life, I was using the weekly style. And on the one side, I would have the days. So I would have Monday through Sunday. And then I would write down any meetings I had or the events that I need to attend. And on the corresponding side of the page, I would note down all the tasks that I needed to take care of. So I would see everything that corresponded to that week in a glance, and it would make life easier for me, and I would just cross out anything that was complete. And now I'm using mine in a more personal manner, so I'm not doing the weekly spreads anymore. I'm just working with like general tasks. Another important thing to know in bullet journaling is the key or the symbols that corresponds to different things. And so a dot is a task, a circle is an event, and a dash is a note. And you can use these and add as many as you want while taking notes. And the main idea behind this is to make it easier to differentiate between the things that you note down. And so if you have more than one thing and one of them is more important, you can just add a star next to it. And if you're doing this in a daily or weekly basis, when you're moving on to the next day or week, you can just go over these and mark them as complete or not. So if something is complete, you cross it out. So you can do this for tasks or events. And if something you need to do the following day or week, you can just turn the dot into an arrow forward facing, which is going to mean that you're going to take care of it in the next couple of days or weeks. And if it is postponed to say like 6 months later or 3 months later, then you can add a backward facing arrow next to it and then add that into your future log so that when the time comes, you don't miss completing this task. And while you're going over these things, if something is not relevant anymore, you can just cross it out and not have to worry. So this basically gives you the freedom to note down everything and go over the importance of them in a daily or weekly basis. As I'm starting this journal for 2020, I'm gonna start with creating a cover page, and you really do not need to do this, or you can do more than I did. But for me, I'm not great with painting or coloring, so I'm just gonna be using some stickers and doing something sort of simple-ish. As opposed to doing a more colorful and handmade cover page. So I just draw a circle and inside I'm gonna be writing 2020, and then I'm gonna be putting some stickers around it to make it more colorful. And on the back I have this page where I test pens. The Leuchtturm notebook is 80 GSM, so it's not very thick considering the paper size or thickness. So I want to make sure that the pens I use do not bleed through. So if it is a new pen, I first put it on the back, and then if it works fine, then I write down. And I am thinking about maybe doing stems for my cover, so I'm just gonna test it out here as well. And okay, it doesn't really bleed, so I think I'm gonna go with the lighter color still. As opposed to the dark navy one, but I don't think it's gonna bleed through, so it should work. I'm using the Memento ink, and you might have seen me use this in my scrapbooking videos as well, which is mainly where I use it. So this is the first time I'm gonna be doing this on a journal, and I think it's gonna work fine though. It's gonna definitely work better than my handwriting. So anyways, as I said, I'm doing a cover page writing 2020, and now I'm just gonna stick these sakura flower stickers across it to form a circle. And you can just write 2020 and that would be totally fine as well. My cover page is complete, and now I'm moving on to creating a calendar in my bullet journal. And the reason that I'm creating a calendar here is because I want to see the days and dates in one glance in one single page. And also if I have an appointment or something, I can just go back to this page to check out which day the date falls into. And also when I'm creating a new monthly layout, I can again go back here to check which day the month starts in, so I don't make any mistakes. And I'm just counting the grid spaces to make sure that all 12 months fit. And I'm just gonna write down from like 1 to 31 or however days the month has, and then just gonna add the month names on top. Here is how it looks. I added some Sakura stickers again here to make it cohesive with my other layouts. And then I moved on to my future logs, and my future logs consist of like 4 pages in total, so 3 months per page. And here I note down any future events, concerts, and things I need to attend to. And then I did a little best of 2019 from holiday photos. And then I have my resolutions and goals for 2020. And then I'm gonna be noting down the books I read and the movies and TV shows I watch. Not all of them because I watch a lot. And I have my January spread with snow. And then I'm moving on to February. So for February, most of the examples I see are mainly like pinks and reds and hearts. But February is my birth month and my favorite color is purple, so I chose to go with purples and lavenders. And I'm gonna be doing some, as I said, lavender flowers here, and this was inspired by one of Amanda Rach Lee's designs, and I think she did this in 2018, and she had a doodle tutorial and also the monthly setup that she did. So I'm basically just copying her sort of, but I really think this is quite simple and easy and quick to do. And like I said, I love the color purple, so that's what I'm going with. Monthly cover page, I'm gonna do a monthly calendar like I had in January. And for this I'm just going back to check the grid spacing from here, so sort of use that as my cheat sheet. And I'm not really good with the grid spacing cheat sheet some people have. I don't really understand it. So I'm just counting the spaces here and then using a ruler to make sure that I draw straight. What I'm doing is basically creating squares for each day. And then I'm gonna be adding the month name and some lavender flower doodles and also the dates. My monthly calendar is complete, and now I'm gonna be adding a social media tracking calendar, sort of. And I don't have the weekly layouts, and I don't also do the habit trackers that some bullet journalers do, because for me, I would create them and not fill them. I know myself, so they would end up looking empty, and then I would hate that notebook and probably buy another one and use that. And it is a waste of paper for me, so I decided that I'm gonna skip all those trackers and I'm just gonna do this social media tracker. And the reason I'm doing this is I have a couple social media accounts that I'm responsible for or that I'm posting to. So I want to make sure that I can follow up which days I posted into what, and also follow up on my YouTube videos. And I'm just gonna add a simple title here with another purple pen, and that's gonna be basically it. And every time I share something on my YouTube or social media, I'm just gonna put an X next to the calendar date. I'm just gonna add some doodles at the top here as well. And like I said, I'm not gonna be doing the trackers that most bullet journalers do, but I am also gonna add some goals for February and also a little wish list of the things that I wanna buy, or cafes or restaurants I wanna try out. So I just basically divide the corresponding page into two and just write down the titles and do little doodles next to them as well. And I'm just going to take a moment here to mention again that this is highly customizable. Like I said, I'm skipping most of the pages that others do, but I'm adding things that are answering my needs. So you can also customize this however you like, and the general idea is that as long as it helps you keep organized and as long as it helps you follow up tasks in an easier manner, then it works for you and it is correct. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over one final time across my 2020 setup and also my January and February layouts. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see more of my bullet journaling layouts. And otherwise, I will see you here next Tuesday with another new video. And just a little reminder, if you haven't done so yet, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button, and I'll see you here next week. Bye!